Okay, so today we are going to paint a lovely T-Rex. Okay, now your T-Rex can be any colour you like. It can be however big or as small as you would like it to be. You can paint it with paint, you can use crayons, you can use pencils, whatever you like. But I'm just going to show you how to do a quick dinosaur T-Rex. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the top of his snout in there, which is just one straight line. Okay, now we're going to do a diagonal to there. Okay, so one diagonal line followed by a backwards curly cur. Okay, can we see that's like a backwards curly cur? Right, now what we're going to do is from the top of our curly cur, we're going to follow it round, but make it a little bit wider. Can we see now we have got a lovely tail? Right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to do a nice circle from where the bottom curly cur stops. Okay, so we're going to do a nice round circle. Okay, so that is going to be your thigh of your T-Rex's leg. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a triangle without a bottom. Okay, so a line there just under the line we put in for the top of our head, and the triangle line there. But we're not going to join the two ends together because this dinosaur is going to have an open mouth. Okay, now we are going to put a little line there to be the bottom of the jaw, and we're going to do a rounded line with a little flick on it. So now we've got where our jawline is going to go in. We need to give our dinosaur a neck. So just before that line curls up, we're going to do a short line. It's a little bit diagonal, okay? Now this line is going to join up to this point here, okay, with a nice curve. Okay, and now we're going to fatten that curve up because we want our dinosaur to have a bit of a belly. Okay, that is lovely. Now what we need to do, we need to turn this circle into our dinosaur's leg. So how we're going to do that, we're going to start from the top of our circle here, thicken that up so our circle is thicker on one side than the other. We're then going to make a triangle. I'm going to join these lines together to make a triangle. Now what we're going to do, we're going to draw another triangle. So a straight line from where the tail joins the circle, straight line, and then from where this triangle joins the circle, another straight line. So now we have one circle and two triangles. Now what we're going to do is a diagonal line and another diagonal line. Okay, then we're going to turn this into a triangle. Okay, and this one's going to be a bit of a funny shape, almost like a triangle. So these are going to be our dinosaur's legs. Now we need to put in the top of our nose. Okay. And we need to give our dinosaur some arms. Okay, so let's give our dinosaur a little, almost a full circle in there, followed by two straight lines. There we go. Okay, so once you've done that, we can start fleshing. Okay, so now you can see I've fleshed up my dinosaur. Okay, I've made him a little bit thicker. I've given him a thicker belly, a thicker leg, his tail, and fleshed up his neck and back and onto his head. So now what we can do, now I'm happy with the rough form of our dinosaur, we can start to colour him in. Now I think I want to use some of this really nice green. Okay, can we see that colour there? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit on my brush. I've kept a little bit of orange on my brush as well. And what I'm going to do is dab it on. Dab, 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 dab. Because we want our dinosaur to have lots of texture. Because the more texture it has, the more it is going to look nice and scaly. Okay, so I'm working over the areas where I've put orange down. And these colours are going to blend together. Okay, it's blending, dabbing the paint on. Dab, dab, dab. I'm going to dab some up here. Now the reason why I've kept this area of the dinosaur without any paint on at the moment is because I want that area to have slightly different colour. Okay, let's put a bit of that in on the legs. Let's work up the back with that nice green. And we can put a little bit more on that under part of its belly. Now what I want to do now, I'm going to take some nice dark blue. Can you see that nice dark blue? Because I think dark blue and orange works really nicely together. And in the same way, I'm going to dab, dab, dab that paint onto my dinosaur's belly. Dabbing it on. And can you see how it's mixing in with that orange and that other blue to give us some really nice different colours and tones for our dinosaur. Dabbing it on. Dab, 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 blending all of those nice colours in to get some really lovely greeny blue tones in there. Dabbing it on. Dab, dab, dab. Now you can do this as neatly or as messily as you want, okay? There's no rules on how your dinosaur looks. We don't know how dinosaurs looked anyway. All we have are the skeletons and the bones of these amazing creatures left. So we don't know really what colours they were. We think they would have had green colours to help them camouflage into their jungle environments. But we just don't really know. So now I'm bringing this dark blue into that orange. And can you see how many different shades of green that's making? And I'm not being very careful with it. I'm dabbing it on where I fancy. Now, where our dinosaur's leg bone is, I'm going to build up the darker colour with this darker blue. And that's going to make it stand out where our lovely thigh is. Follow that orange down with that dark green, and a bit on the other side. Okay, same on here. Dab, dab, dab. Join our back leg up and give that a little bit of a curve. It was a triangle, but now we're giving it a bit of a curve. Okay, dab, dab, dab. Blend those colours in. Now I would like that area that I've left white here to be really bright. So I'm going to mix a little pale green, and I'm going to mix that in there. And then I'm going to do my dabbing outwards. Dab, 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 dab. Just to help it show up where our dinosaur's leg is. So what I'm using is I'm using different tones of green to show where light and dark areas would be on our dinosaur, and that's going to give it a more three-dimensional look. So you can have some blue on your palette, you can have some yellow, you can have some green, and really play around with blending different colours to get different tones for your lovely dinosaur. Okay, so blending, blending. So all of this dinosaur I'm painting with this dabbing technique, okay? So dabbing it on. Here you go. Dab, dab, dab. Now we want to go down his back. Dab, dab, dab. That's looking really nice now, isn't it? So, just like we did on the leg, we want to dab the darker colour around the dinosaur's arm. Can we see how much that's standing out now? So let's add some more. Dab, dab, dab around our dinosaur's arm. Now we need to paint our dinosaur's arm. And again, I'm going to do that with a nice paler green so it stands out. So dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. Can we see? His arm's really standing out. Now with this paler colour, whilst I've got it on my brush, I'm going to put a little bit of paler detail down along that line of darker blue. Now having a darker green and a lighter green next to each other makes the contrasts really stand out, which gives it a three-dimensional kind of look. Okay, dabbing, 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 blending it all in. Beautiful. So now we need to give our dinosaur some hands. So I'm going to swap to a skinnier brush and I'm going to mix up this nice bluey green that's on my palette. And I'm just going to do some little... Right, so it's time to put our feet on our dinosaur. Okay, so just how I put the claws on, I'm going to do the same. So one triangle, two triangles, and squeeze the third triangle down here. Okay, so that's one foot. I'll do the same. One triangle, two triangles, and squeeze the third triangle there. And then give it a bit of a foot shape. There we go. Lovely. Now our dinosaur doesn't look very scary yet, so we need to give him a face. So what I'm going to do, I've got some black on my brush, okay, and I'm going to re-put in the curly cur of his jaw and follow it down. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I am going to give it an eye. So I'm going to do a nice eye shape. And we've got an eye on our dinosaur. Now we need to give him a nostril. So we're going to put just a blob, a tear-shaped blob right there. Can we see? Lovely. Now dip some more black on my brush. And we are going to do a little line down the middle of his eye, because he's got eyes like a reptile, okay? Now let's give ourselves a little bit more definition. So we're going to go up to the top of the head in our black and down. And I'm going to also give him a bit of a zigzag here. A bit of a curvy line. That just gives his neck a little bit more definition. Okay, so now it's time to make our dinosaur's jaw looks a bit scary. Now darker colours are going to feel a little bit more scarier than paler colours. Okay, so we're going to darken up this area, follow our initial line, There we go, do a little bump over there for his nostril. And follow his neck down. Just put a little bit more black under his belly so it stands out a bit more. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Now I'm going to follow the inside of the mouth and just give him a few little dots on his face, a little bit of texture. And I'm going to do that all over his body, just a few little black dots. It's going to make his scales look even more scaly. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Okay, now for the teeth. We need some big white teeth for our T-Rex. So let's clean our brush. Clean our brush. We're going to have some nice triangle teeth. Now you can't really see his teeth because we're painting on white background. So if you want his teeth to really stand out, you can go around them with a pen at the end, because that's a little bit tricky to do with the paintbrush. Now what I'm going to do, whilst I've got some white on my brush, I'm just going to make some highlight areas. So the top of the thigh, around the arm, around his jawbone, and along that funny black line we put on his neck. Let's put a little bit more around the tail. Around there. Just going to help it stand out a bit more. We'll blend in the last of that orange. Blend, blend, blend. That is looking like a very nice dinosaur. I think I would like to add a little bit more black line around the bottom of the tail, just so the rest of the dinosaur stands out as much as the front of the dinosaur. Follow it down around the back leg. And you see how much that's standing out already. Let's put some more in. I want it to be a very bold dinosaur. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the top. So just retracing where our initial lines went. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit, but I'm dabbing it this time, just around that hip bone and where the hip joins the leg. A little bit more on the back leg, because that's going to be in shadow. And just on there. Now, what is a T-Rex without claws? So it needs some claws. Now, I think I would like my dinosaur to have some nice pink claws to match my lovely pink claws. So in we're going to go with some nice pink claws. And on the toes as well. Pink claws, pink claws. Looking good. Now I'm going to make the claws on the hand even longer now. Now it's completely up to you, but I think I want my dinosaur to be a bit of a hybrid, okay? So I'm going to give it a really long tongue, because we don't know what dinosaurs look like. So if we want to make it fun and let our imaginations run wild, then we can. I'm going to give it a nice big tongue. I'm also going to put a little bit of pink in its eye, just like a snake. Okay, so there we go. It's your dinosaur. Here we go, it's a close up. And can you see how that pink in the eye really makes the whole thing stand out? So let's see how your dinosaur goes. You can add a nice colourful background to your dinosaur to help it really stand out, and add further detail to your T-Rex if you like. Extra colour will make it pop and stand out. Good luck with your dinosaur!